how's it going? I wanted to do a quick little video on the conversion of my first lightsaber that I got that actually had sound and light and motion and all that cool stuff years ago now. My first ever lightsaber, not including the old Force Effects like Hasbro ones that we probably all had as a kid, you know, sold back in good old days of Toys R Us. My first ever one was from Ultrasabers. It was the Manticore CE. It was like the special edition or collector's edition, whatever they considered it. But it was nickel-plated finish. Very nice saber. Still probably one of my favorite hilts that I've got. But I was looking to do a conversion from the what are their sounds? I believe they do the Obsidian. Looks like the Obsidian soundboard. Didn't have too bad of sounds. Was honestly decent sounding. Just, you know, there's a lot going on like in the hilt as far as wiring and boards and all that kind of stuff goes. It's very outdated these days compared to what you got now with Profi or Xenopixel or the SNV, that sort of stuff. So I wanted to do a conversion to a pixel blade of some sort. I had a couple people asking about it from one of the little shorts that I did that had all of my current sabers that I have, this one being one of them, and talked with a couple, you know, people on it saying that you know, definitely want to do a conversion because it's probably the worst one that I have out of all of them. And after years of changing stuff and updating and everything, the I think I have the Obsidian V2. It's no longer supported at all by Ultrasabers. I can't do anything with it. If I plug it into my computer and fire up the program, I can't change colors, I can't change sounds. I actually had to deactivate a few of the functions that the blade actually does. I had to turn off Flash on Clash and I forget what, a couple other settings just to get it to actually work, because it would turn on and as soon as you would do anything with it, the light would just shut off. So shut everything off and basically turned it into just a single color saber with whatever sound it was on, and that was it. I could not change anything with it. So being that it wasn't supported anymore, I figured, screw it, might as well try to do a conversion, you know, to actually make it worthwhile to still be usable. So I realized that I didn't have any videos of the before, and if I do, they're on a hard drive somewhere, God knows where. So figured I'd do a quick little video here showing the before, and then I can, you know, just throw it together with the conversion that I did after. So here's the before. Unfortunately, like I said, didn't take any videos of it before, so in order to get all the electronics out, I had to cut the switch, or cut the wires on the switch to actually get it out. So as you can see, I got those all kind of spliced back together there a little bit. Here was the internals, though, for the Ultrasabers Obsidian. It's, I mean, you got a board there, you got one up top, there's two small ones up here, a whole rat's nest of wiring, and then the Cree LED, and it took you know, whatever these batteries are. You know, they're not the 18650s that most of the sabers take these days, or flashlights or anything. So this is my makeshift, you know, get it to work sort of thing. So let's see if I can power it up here. So that looks horrible on screen. That is not what it looks like at all. It is just a solid color. It does have a little bit of strobe effect to it. That was the only thing I could get it to stay doing. Yeah, it's hard to tell. So it a little bit of strobe, not this much. I can't see if I can even get it to make sounds here. I don't even remember what sound font this is, but it's got a good hum to it. It's not smooth swing. This was back before all of that. You know, the switch, the button lights up. That was something I always liked, but so see, no smooth. I don't believe it actually even has blaster effect. Oh, there's lockup. Yeah, so there's no blaster effect or anything. There's just you hit the button for lockup, and that was it. There's no effects to it anymore, nothing like that. So that is that, and then I will put it back together here after I take the hollow blade out, the baselit blade, and then I have to, you know, obviously untape my emitter and put it back on the Saber. So I'll be back with that shortly here. Maybe. There we go. Okay, so we saw the old internals. Yeah, all sorts of fun there. And this is what I went with for the new ones. It is a DamienSaber. Got it off Amazon. DamienSaber Xenopixel Core. So this is how it comes. It's got a sleeve over it. There's an 18650 battery in there. And what I did, here's the body. So this had a ring on it that, and the switch sat in it. So I just took everything out. What I did was I took a piece of PVC and drilled out an opening for the switch, and then for the USB-C charger or charging port, and then did a hole on the back that helps keep the core within the tube, and also push the switch forward. So just a nice simple pop it in here, line everything up, and then I need to, this is going to be hard to do on camera, but I'm going to take the nice long set screw, put it through into the hole that I drilled on the back side, and should line up hopefully here. There's a hole on the back side of the core that's just a little bit bigger than this, and it did not line up that time. I think I got it that time. There we go. So it helps align it in the tube. Now this is a very crude method, but quite effective, or effective enough rather. Probably going to put some Loctite on this at some point, just because the tube itself is not threaded. So, but it's in there, so I can easily just pop this out of the body and charge it, so I don't have to take the battery out. Alright, next we're going to drop her in. Just slides right in there. And what we're going to do, I line it up here, and the way that I hold the core and the PVC tube in is actually with a CoverTech wheel on the back side. This one came with a CoverTech wheel from Ultrasabers, so I just got a longer screw for it. And what this will do, I'm going to line the button up pretty center here, and then tighten this down, and all it does, it's going to be hard to see, but it just puts pressure on the tube and keeps it stationary within the hilt. And the button is pretty well centered in there. I took sanding wheel or grinder wheel on my Dremel or my rotary tool, and just smooth this down, because anyone that has anything from Ultrasabers knows that not the best machining ever. So you want to make sure, or at least I got to make sure on this, that in here it doesn't put too much pressure down, because if it pushes down on the PVC enough, it starts pushing on the core itself, so I don't want to crush the speaker at all. So it's just screws just long enough to hold it. It holds it in place. It doesn't rattle around in there. But that's that, and then we're going to put the end cap back on. There. Emitter. I'm probably going to do a little machining on this, maybe drill out around this top ring a couple holes just so more light emits from it. And then these are actually just O-rings from the auto parts store to give it a little bit more grip. So normally that's a groove in there, and I found O-rings that fit perfectly on there, so it gives it a little bit more grip when you're handling it. Otherwise, your hand slides around on there quite easily. So we will grab a blade. For the blade, I didn't get a blade. I didn't order a blade with the core. I'm actually just running the same pixel blade as what came with my Theory Sabers. So we'll push that down in there. We will tighten the screw and power it up. And we got ourselves an upgraded Ultrasaber that is now pixel blade. So these ones aren't too bad.
The princess.
Probably one of my favorite ones right here. I believe it's supposed to be Leia's. These DamienSaber cores aren't bad. I think I paid about 60 or 70 bucks on Amazon for it. It does a lot of the same things that the SNV4 and the Pixel blades can do. I would say it's probably in between, like a little bit in between, or just a little over SNV4, but it's not as good as the Profi. But it's got decent quality sound. I believe it came with like 32 sound fonts installed on it. So you've got, you know, they're not as accurate sound-wise as like what you get on the Theory Sabers and from Kyberphonics and K-Sith. But they're pretty decent. You can tell some of them, like Leia's, Luke's, Vader, Anakin, Kenobi. I know there's Dooku on there, Sidious. God, I can't think of all of them. There's some of the Inquisitors. You know, the sisters and the second sister, I think, is on there. Third brother, I believe it was. So there's a bunch of them on here. So for the money, if you're looking for just a quick core upgrade, again, on an Ultrasaber, this was a lot more difficult than it probably needed to be. But I'm happy with how it came out. It works pretty good. I don't know that I would do a hard, you know, duel with it just because of, you know, how the internals are in here. I think I need to still do a couple more like set screws in there just to be safe. But you know, and then I might modify the hilt a little bit. But overall, I think it came out pretty good. As far as the core goes, it is all controlled either by on here. It came with a, you know, a nice thick manual. It tells you how to do a bunch of stuff. Came with a charging cable, all that good stuff. And this one, just like SNV4, can be controlled all from an app on the phone. This one, however, is a little different. This one is Xeno Configurator. So
App connected.
let's see here. So that's what this one looks like. It's a little bit more interesting than the SNV4, but again, let's see if I can do this here. See if this will stand. Probably not. I gotta figure out how to be able to show this on here. But in the meantime, hit the Kyber crystal, turns it on and off. Within here, you can change all of your colors. It goes through just the color wheel, standard colors. You've got infinite colors where it literally just fades throughout all the colors, and you hit it to choose what you want. You know, within here, you've got your clash. It does the blaster effects. It does the lock, which this one also goes up and down the blade when you move it. You know, with the smooth swing and everything. You've got your drag. It's got stab. It does force effects. You can adjust the volume from in here. It's a slide wheel, so you can go all the way from 100% down to, you know, 0 or 1% muted. You can change your fonts, sound fonts from in here. And then you have all your different lighting effects as well. Let's see if I can just do some of these.
Steady. Unstable.
So you got unstable.
Fire blade.
Actually looks better on camera than it does in person. Your fire blade.
Rainbow blade.
Of course, gotta have the rainbow.
Candy blade.
Candy.
Cracked blade.
Cracked blade, so it kind of like does a little bit of, it's hard to tell on the blue. Does a little bit of cracked.
Unstable. Steady.
Let's see if we can find a different color here.
The princess. The butcher. Truly lost.
There we go. That might be a little easier to see. Go to the lighting effects. We'll go back here.
Candy blade.
Handy.
Cracked blade.
So there's your cracked. You can see it just kind of all over the place.
Pulse.
It's just got your slow kind of pulsating,
Flash blade.
and then your seizure mode. So I'll put this one back on
Fire blade.
that. You can change how fast and slow it retracts in and out. Blaster lighting effect, there's 3 different ones. Force lighting effect has 2 different ones. The lock-up effect, there's only 1. Your clash light effect does, you can set to 3 different ones. Let's see here. And then Saber mode, so how it comes on.
Velocity mode.
So this one's interesting. As you swing it, the harder or faster you swing it, the more the blade lights up.
Torch mode.
Torch mode goes almost to the end, but not all the way. It's kind of brighter into dimmer. That's kind of cool.
Blaster mode.
Blaster mode, so this basically, as you hit the button, kind of shoots off. That's pretty interesting. Ghost mode, I think, is probably one of the coolest ones. So it's very dim here, and then as you swing it, it lights up, or it gets brighter. So that's kind of cool.
Broken ignition.
Broken ignition, so shut it off here. So that's kind of cool. And then we've got 1 more, 2 more.
Photon ignition.
Photon ignition, so shut it off. And we'll do the last one, just shut it off here.
Stack ignition.
Just stacking it. We'll put her back to
Standard mode.
standard. And there we go.
Wraith.
We'll go through some of the other sound fonts here real quick. I don't know what this one is. It's called Wraith. Yellow. It's got a broken.
The Senate.
Definitely Sidious. standard red. The other thing is, so with this internals here, because it stops like right here, the blade is further down in than it normally would be. So this is a 32-inch blade, but because of how far into the hilt it has to go to make connection with the core, it's essentially making it a 28-inch blade. It sits 4 inches in. So I might get a 36 just to basically have it be a 32, but I might also keep it as a 28 because it's not too bad, honestly, like that. So we'll see. These blades aren't cheap, you know. I think you can get the DamienSaber ones for another 60-70 bucks on Amazon. I know the ones from DamienSaber are about $100, and I feel like I would trust the DamienSaber ones a little bit better because of how he torture tested them. So you know for sure that they're going to work if you want to duel with them. So I think that's where I'd go, just for those times when we do duel with them. So, but for now, this works pretty decently. Redeemed, I don't know what it is, but it's green.
Bounty.
There's a bounty. It's like a white, kind of bluish, like an Arctic.
The Count.
Count Dooku. And this has all of the gestures too, which you can actually mess with in the app. So it's got its twist off, twist on. It's also got where you stab, so stab outward, on, inward. And then the other one is kind of cool on this. It's got the, let's see if I can get it to work. Yep, there we go, the swing on. So if you were to like spin it. And you can set the sensitivity to all these higher or lower. You know, however, you know, easily you want it to come on. So, all these sound fonts, like Dooku's has 3 different ignition sounds. It just kind of randomly picks which one it does. So I kind of like that. It's not too bad a sound. Again, I would say the sound quality you get from, obviously Profi is going to be the best, and you know, the sounds that you're getting from like DamienSabers, somebody that uses Kyberphonics, K-Sith, they're going to be better. I don't know what DamienSabers use, but they're not bad.
Codex of Light.
Kind of a stroby white.
Cyber Terror.
Cyber Terror is kind of a purple. Slow close.
Dark Ages.
This one is basically like a sword. So if you got an old sword kind of hilt, like a cross guard style, like actually my buddy's got, this would be perfect for his. Arrows. And you can change all the settings on the button as well. I just don't know what those are offhand, so it's easier to go on the app. Hatred. Just another dark side one. I don't know what idle is, but it's like a definitely a very interesting one. It's like a kind of mint colored. Assuming some kind of anime would be my guess. Serenity. Like a light blue. The Champion. I would imagine probably Mace Windu would be my guess.
The Dark Lord Revisited.
Dark Lord Revisited. I would figure maybe one of Vader's. I don't know for sure.
The Learner.
This would definitely be Ezra Bridger from the Rebels, his first one. I know that for sure because that's one of my favorite ones. And the ignition sound is, I mean, it's pretty obvious.
The Second.
Second sister, I would imagine. Try and go through some of these quick. The Teacher, I don't know. I would say either Qui-Gon or maybe Kanan, but I really don't know. I think it's kind of a cross between a couple of them because the hum doesn't sound right for any of just the regular Jedi.
Whispers of Power.
Whispers of Power. kind of a yellowish white.
Moonfield.
I have no words on this one. I'm guessing again some kind of anime. That's what happens when you hit the force. And I don't know how to work the force actually on here, but again, you can do any of that from on the app. The other thing I forgot to mention is the switch does light up, and it is whatever color the blade is.
The Chosen.
So the Chosen, this would definitely be Anakin's. So see, now it's blue. Definitely Anakin's, that hum. Can't mistake that.
New Horizon.
New Horizon. I guess probably Rey, but it's like a greenish yellow. But again, the switch illuminates to the color. And, you know, again, you can change the color to all of these however you see fit. So if I wanted this to be like just straight yellow, I could probably do that. Let's just keep going here on this.
The Dark Sword.
Ah, the Dark Saber. And it does have the smooth swing, and then it has that more aggressive one if you go faster. And let's see here.
Power on. App connected. Truly lost. The Butcher.
And this is definitely Revan's. One of them anyway, Darth Revan.
The Princess. Fallen Apprentice Magenta.
I don't know on this one. Fallen Apprentice Magenta, not sure.
The Dark Lord Order.
Definitely Vader.
The Master.
Yoda? Yoda or Qui-Gon? One of the two.
The Third Hunter.
Third Hunter.
The Sun.
The Sun, this is definitely Luke. For sure. Luke's green from Return of the Jedi.
The Dark Empress.
Dark Empress? I don't know. Don't know on that one.
The Protector.
Protector, Obi-Wan. Definitely Kenobi.
Wanderer.
The Wanderer. Or Wanderer, it's just a purple. Kind of a cool one.
The Knight.
The Knight. Oh, Kylo. Sorry, I knew that one. Definitely Kylo Ren, you can tell from the idol.
The Assassin.
The Assassin. I want to say Maul, but I don't think it's Maul, because the cracked blade.
The Dark Sword.
And now we're back at the
Assassin.
the Dark
The
Saber.
Knight. Wanderer. The Protector. The Dark Emperor. The Sun. The Third Hunter. The Dark Lord Order.
So that's most of them. I mean, it's not all of them, but there's, like I said, there's like 32 or 34 on here, like installed on here, and it does have an SD card, so you can install other ones if you wish. I have not tried that. I probably won't, but I know you can. There's supposedly music on here, but I have not gotten that to actually play yet. But within the app, I mean, you can change your blade length, the brightness of everything. There's a whole lot of different, you know, settings all in here. You can change all sorts of stuff. You can even do custom, can't read it obviously, but you can do custom fonts, custom lighting effects, custom functions. So just all sorts of things. And then everything on the main page controls your colors, your sounds, everything like that. So, and again, you can also control it all from on here, on the switch on the core. The book goes through it all. So, overall, it's not bad for the money. I'm okay with it.
App disconnected.
I think it came out decently. Definitely one of my favorite hilts. Like I said, it was my first one, so the fact that I can now use it again and you know, have a little bit more fun with it definitely makes it nice. As far as these cores go, it's not bad. Like I said, for the money that you spend on it, it's pretty decent. It sounds like, from what I was reading, they do work better in like Saber Forge. Obviously, DamienSabers, they fit in very well. But I believe they would fit much better in a Saber Forge hilt because they're smaller, so I feel like it would just kind of fall right in. I didn't try it yet on this. We're gonna probably try it on a buddy of mine's Saber Forge Saber, but it's a much smaller diameter hilt than the Ultrasabers are. So if, depending on how this goes or how well it works, how long it lasts, I might try getting another one for my other Saber Forge ones as well, but we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I wanted to make just a quick video on that, but apparently it turns out that was ended up being a small review also on the DamienSaber Xenopixel core insert that, like I said, you can get off Amazon, about 60-70 bucks, and get it in a couple days. So that's what I got on that one. Any questions, feel free to comment. You know, leave me a like. And yeah, happy with how it turned out. So thank you. See you all next time.